Well, you know what? Virginia Tech is a tough team to solve. I mean, they shoot the three so well, and they had obviously Kitley was killing us. So you got to kind of try to turn them over. I think that he got, but from the hash mark in, um, and their quarter court offense, they're as good as the team in the conference or the country really, and they're the hottest team in the league right now. So they're really dialed in. Their numbers were incredible, and we had to keep switching defenses and try to figure out what we could do. But yeah, that between Shepard and Kitley, that's hard enough, and then you have the Amore kid that just blistered us. I mean, 5 for 6 from the three from that kid really, really hurt your game plan. If you had a game plan to try to stop Shepard and Kitley, but that's when Amore really just broke our back. So congratulations to them. They shared the ball well, and we did not. We only had 5 assists in the first half. You can tell when we're playing well as we have assists and we get to the free throw line, and we just did not get to the free throw line at all. In fact, when we did, we didn't make them anyway. But 5 free throws for us is just terrible. And I mean, only 2 of the players shot them, and Virginia Tech. We had a great game plan, but I kept saying in the prep, well, they're not going to play us in man because I liked some of our matchups, and we knew they were going to go straight to zone. And when they went to zone, we got stagnant and, really, really didn't share the ball. And I mean, I'm not going to say, if we had shot better percentages, I'm not going to say that. I mean, obviously, I think Kelsey had some dialed in looks that she just really didn't hit. Carla had some dialed in looks she didn't hit, but we took enough disjointed shots for us to take the blame for that and not just say, oh, it wasn't our night. We weren't sharing the ball.
All right, and our first question comes from Wyatt Kopelman. Go ahead, Wyatt.
Coach Destiny Harden had quite the performance, 20 points, 9 of 14 shooting. She grabbed 12 rebounds as well. How much would you say that's an attestation to how she's worked throughout that layoff after not playing Boston College?
Destiny needed, she needed to kind of simplify it again. She had so many thoughts in her head that those 10 days off, she just went back to being like the kid she is. She was our only positive player. So I mean that by plus minus. She was +3 in a game that we lost by 20. So that tells you what an effort she gave. I mean, we just couldn't, she just was a monster. We have been just absolute warriors for us, and India was a little disjointed and Naomi was a lot disjointed. And so Destiny stepped up, and I'm really proud of her. I thought she did a heck of a job. I mean, this was, I'm telling you what, Virginia Tech's really very, very good, but we have to be a team in order to beat them. And they just have more offensive firepower than we do. And so we couldn't go off the reservation. I think Destiny stayed in the game plan, kept things simple. One of the few players that I think, kept her composure the whole game.
And our next question comes from Cam Dobbs. Go ahead, Cam.
Hi, Coach Meier. Tough loss tonight, to say. Sorry. But just looking over at the game, watching you coach tonight, it seems like you had a lot of moments where you were really up close to your girls, coaching them, endearing in their face, but really just talking close with them. What was kind of your overall message tonight through the entire game, in the halftime, and even in the locker room afterwards to your players?
Well, I made a decision with this team that I was just, but it's not, I don't like to dump on teams. There's still time on the clock, and we still had things we could do, and I think I stayed really faithful at halftime with them. And I really said, guys, I really believe in this, so I thought that third quarter was great. But we had some players that were honestly we weren't talking as much. I don't think we were. And then when we started pressing a little bit more, we got our energy back. But you got to make a shot to press. So this is the thing. Everyone says you should have pressed more. I'm like, well, you don't press on misses. So we have to shoot a certain percentage to get our opportunities to press. And when that third quarter we were making shots, there came our personality. And then the start of the fourth, once again, just went off the reservation. So I was trying to keep them on the reservation, trying to keep everybody on the same page, trying to keep them faithful. But they're, as long as they're open to coaching, they're going to keep getting coaching from me. I don't, I believe in them. And that's what I told them in the locker room. I actually walked out on them because I said, I wish you believed in yourselves and the collective ability of yourselves as much as I believe in this. And we don't have some number one hero that's going to rescue us from everything. But boy, we can be a really fun, special team if we stay together.
We have time for a couple more. The next one comes from Kiki. Go ahead, Kiki.
Thank you. Coach, between the energy from Monday's victory against FSU and today being the annual Pink Game for breast cancer awareness, which I know is something that's very dear to your heart, what had been the main sentiment that you wanted the girls to bring onto the court today?
Well, to not, there was no way we were going to show any like wallowing. I actually told them that before the game, that no matter what, when you turn on, you're going to see us in pink uniforms, but we're going to show our fight, and that we're willing to battle, and that what we can control, we will control, because there are people that are battling cancer and they can't control a lot, but we're out here, we can control our mood, we can control our energy, we control our effort, and we can control our attitude in terms of, you know what, I'm going to own something. I'm going to take something. I'm going to out hustle. And so there were a couple moments in this game where, when the game was on the line, where Virginia Tech out hustled us. And that's the only time I really screamed at my team, when I said, oh, no, we made a deal. Like, we're going to fight. We're going to play hard. And that, Virginia Tech is a special team now.
Our final question comes from Costas. Go ahead, Costas.
Hi. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us. You have 2 more ACC matchups coming up in the next 5 days. What is your plan to get the team refocused and energized coming into next week?
Well, yeah, this is a really tough week. So we're just gonna have to take it one game at a time. We got 4 games in 7 days, and that's something. We had 10 days off. Well, I've never had that, and I never had 4 games in 7 days too. So the way we're playing right now, we're not going. We're going to have to play really, really hard in games, and in practice, they're going to have to really, really focus, because we can't waste our energy.